everyone, it's Mr. Swank, and I'm here with another chemistry lesson for you today, Thursday, April 30th. We're going to talk about calculating density, because yesterday we went over the basics of density. Today we're actually going to take that formula and calculate with it. But first, let's do our joke of the day. So today's joke, I've made friends with 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. I don't know why I've done any of this, and I don't know why I make these jokes, but I hope you're enjoying it. Today's objective is we're going to solve different problems involving density. So yesterday we talked about density and how it is a ratio of mass to volume, and its formula is D equals M over V. Density equals mass over volume. So we're going to take a look at a couple of problems today and try those out before I give you a chance to do this on your own. So our first problem says, a penny has a mass of 3.1 grams and a volume of 0.35 centimeters cubed, or milliliters. If I haven't mentioned it yet, a centimeter cubed and a milliliter are the same thing. They're interchangeable, okay? Question says, what is the density? Now remember, our formula for density is D equals M over V. Density equals mass over volume. So what you want to do is you want to look in this problem and find any of those things in the problem. Is there a density? Is there a mass? Is there a volume? Well, it says right away that a penny has a mass of 3.1 grams. That's a mass. And a volume of 0.35 centimeters cubed. That's a volume. And it asks for, what is the density? Well, if it's asking for what is the density, we don't know what D is, because that's density. We're solving for that. So density is going to be equal to M over V. M is mass. Look in the problem. What is the mass? It's 3.1 grams. So we put that on top. And below that, we're going to put our volume. And if we read in the problem, it says a volume of 0.35 centimeters cubed. So I put that right there. Now, you'll notice that I put in the grams and centimeters cubed. Don't forget your units. When you do calculations in science, especially in chemistry like this, you want to make sure that you keep track of your units. It seems like it's just arbitrary and it's just more work to do, but trust me, it's important. So now that we have density is equal to 3.1 grams over 0.35 centimeters cubed, you know that when one number is over another, you divide them. So go ahead, take 3.1 divided by 0.35. What do you get? You should have gotten around 8.9. Now, you'll notice also that I have the units here as grams / centimeters cubed. Well, look in the problem. You've got your grams over centimeters cubed. And that's our units, because remember, the density doesn't get its own unit. Density is a unit of mass over a unit of volume. Our unit of mass in this problem was grams. Our unit of volume was centimeters cubed. Okay? Let's take a look at a different problem. So this says a chunk of aluminum has a mass of 6.5 grams and a density of 2.7 grams per centimeters cubed. What is the volume of the chunk? It's a density problem. We've got D equals M over V, but this problem is different. Okay, let's look back through it. It says that the chunk of aluminum has a mass of 6.5 grams. That's fine. That's our M. And a density of 2.7 grams per centimeters cubed. It's giving us the density. So rather than starting like last problem with D equals in our numbers, we're starting with a density. But then it says, what is the volume of the chunk? We don't know V. So 2.7 grams per centimeters cubed, that's our density. We plugged that in. We got that from the problem, is equal to M over V. Well, we have an M, 6.5 grams, over V. There's our setup for the problem, and we are solving for V. Now, this is a little bit of algebra because you're going to have to rearrange the equation and solve for your variable there, your V. If you want to, pause the video and see if you can figure it out on your own. Once you have, click play. Watch how I go through it. Now, if you're looking at this and you are completely stumped, just go ahead and let it play. So let's figure this out. First of all, whenever you have a variable on the bottom of a fraction, that can't happen. You can't solve for it, so we have to get it off of there. So how do we do that? Well, whenever something's on the bottom of a fraction, if you multiply it by itself, that'll take care of it. And don't forget, whatever you do on one side of the equation, you have to do to the other. Well, when V's on the bottom and V's here, they're going to cancel out. So you won't have V over here anymore. So let's clean this up a little bit. We've got 2.7 grams per centimeters cubed times V equals 6.5 grams. So we just rewrote it to clean it up. Let's go back and take a look at that really quick. Remember, we had V on the bottom. You can't have that on the bottom to solve for it, so you have to get it off of there. Whenever you got something on the bottom of a fraction and you want to get rid of it, multiply it by itself. That'll cancel it. But don't forget, whatever you do on one side, you have to do on the other. That cancels. We rewrite it, clean it up. Now, we've got V here, and that's great because now V is in a spot that we can solve for it. The only issue is it's being multiplied by 2.7 grams per centimeter cubed. We have to get V by itself. How do we get rid of this? Well, we're multiplying here. What's the opposite of multiplication? Division. We're going to divide both sides by 2.7 grams per centimeters cubed because if I have the same thing on the top and bottom of a fraction, they cancel. That means this is gone, and we have V equals 6.5 grams divided by 2.7 grams per centimeters cubed. So take 6.5 divided by 2.7. That'll give you your answer. And our answer is 2.4 centimeters cubed. Let's look back at that last step there. So we had this. And again, you want to get V by itself because we're solving for volume. What is the volume of the chunk? You're solving for this. So we got to get rid of this 2.7. If we divide that, that's going to get rid of it here, just like that. And whatever you do on one side, you have to do on the other. Okay? V equals 6.5 divided by 2.7. And there's that. Now, in terms of the units, remember, you're solving for volume, right? So how do we know it's centimeters cubed? Well, look at your density. Density's units are always a unit of mass and a unit of volume. If we're solving for volume, take the units for volume, and there you go. Guys, that is applying the density formula. Density equals mass over volume. I gave you a couple of examples. You can go back through this video and check it out and see how it works. The basic idea is you've got density, you've got mass, you've got volume. You need to plug in the numbers that you know and solve for whatever it is you don't. So give that assignment that is posted there a try. If you have any questions, make sure to comment below on the assignment or send me an email. I will gladly help you. But thanks for joining me today, guys, and I will catch you tomorrow.